So Metta, I'm so excited to see you. You haven't been to Hong Kong for close to 10 years.
Yes, that's true, and so happy to be back.
Yeah, so I'm so happy to see you, and thank you for coming to my showroom. So you've been to my showroom when it was the tiniest little box. Then you came to my showroom when we expanded a little bit. Now you come to this newly renovated one. So I'm so happy to see you here.
It is wonderful, and I'm so excited to be back.
So
and try your jewelry.
Remember, so 20-something years ago, I've met you for a long time. 20-something years ago, I remember in New York City, I went to the basement office of yours, and you just started your business. So I want to hear about your journey. How's it going? You know, the struggle, the success. Tell us a little bit about
Oh my gosh, yeah, no, I remember when we first met, we had this collaboration together. It was great. It was like jewelry and beauty. It was all about feeling good, which is one thing I think, you know, we had in common. I definitely had as an inspiration for Juara. It's not just skincare, but it's based on like 1,000-year-old Indonesian wellness tradition called Jamu, which is all about feeling good and being healthy, and that's a really integral part of looking good. So through the journey, it was so interesting because when we started, no one understood that. Everybody always thought, well, if you want to feel good, you go out and party. But for me, it was all about like, how do we feel good but not burn out? And
that was back in the 2000s, right?
That was, oh my gosh, that was early 2000s, and people didn't pick it up. And Jamu earlier used to be tonics. Like we would mix turmeric and tamarind and ginger, and people would think, you drink your vegetables? That's crazy. And so we said, you know, instead of creating juices, we're going to create skincare with the same ingredients that we know are active ingredients and help get your skin glowing and healthy. So it was this whole take care of your beauty from the outside and also kind of act in a way that's very supportive of your own health, and which includes social collaborations as well. So that was the journey from the beginning that we wanted to start on. It was really tough because no one knew where Indonesia was. They would say, is it next to Bali? And I'd say, yeah, over, under, around, somewhere there, we're getting there. Our tagline from the beginning was like, Bali princesses and spas, yay! Because that's how we got people to connect. This is a tradition about feeling good with healthy ingredients in a way that's good for you. But now I think the greatest part is people are finally understanding, hey, taking care of yourself is holistic. It's not actually just, you know, skincare you slap on your face, but a lot of it is what you eat, sleeping well, and basically enjoying the process. And that's a huge part of Juara and our Jamu tradition. It's not just goop in a jar, but a lot of it is how do you apply it, how do you enjoy it. And so, of course, all our textures have to smell good, feel good, and people used to say, it smells really good, does it work? I'm like, oh, come on. And now it's like, yes, and that's why it works. It works, and it smells good and feels good. So kind of like jewelry, it has to have that instant wow effect.
True.
Makes you feel good, makes your skin useful. So that's where we are now. Finally relevant.
20 years later.
Finally, the world has caught up to something that we've been talking about for 1,000 years. And I'm very excited to be one of the people who's able to be the ambassador for the Jamu tradition outside Indonesia. Speaking on behalf of a lot of people who have continued this tradition as entrepreneurs or Jamu makers. And so I'm excited to be talking to you about it here this much later.
So I feel like you're really one of the very few or the only person that I know internationally talking about the Jamu tradition. You even wrote a book about it, and I think I saw some article on Vogue, and you that book won some awards as well, right? Can you tell us more about that?
Yes, absolutely. I grew up both in America since I was quite young, since I was about 7 actually, which is unusual for Indonesians. But my family's in Indonesia, so I would go back and forth, and every year I spent some time in both countries. So in a way, I am by far not the only expert of Jamu because there's so many of us who love this tradition or passing it on, but I am one of the few who actually have grown up outside the US as well, outside Indonesia, and I can kind of explain it and bridge to people why this tradition is great, but why it's also relevant for people outside Indonesia. So I wrote the book because I started realizing, wait, people are asking me, what is Jamu? And I was telling the story, and I didn't feel it was my story to tell. It's like if somebody asks about an entire country's tradition, but there's so many contributors to it. It's like, well, then why don't I just write a book on it that explains the tradition, the history, examples of recipes, and very importantly, features key players who are also in the space of jamu. Like they're making jamu tonics, or they're master chefs using Indonesian spices. Or just other people who are doctors and singers and performers who very much love the tradition and share their story and also their connection to it. Because at the end of the day, Juara, our skincare line, which means winner or champion, it means championing your natural beauty, which includes taking care of yourself, but also being inclusive of the community around you.
I see.
Because any wellness tradition, it's not just me time, it's we time. It's if you get sick, if you think about it, there is a parent, a healer, or friend. There's a system that supports you.
Right,
like you get your chicken noodle soup from a friend, or your cookies baked from a friend. So this whole tradition encompasses that, and so this book hopefully not only explains the tradition and the inspiration behind this self-care tradition, but also shares the story with other people. And ultimately, in a punchline, I would say that jamu is about pursuing wellness, but with a mindset of joy. Because we are island people and life is too short to be miserable, and we like enjoying things. So how do you become healthy? Daily habits that bring you joy, because that's what's going to get you healthy and looking good and feeling good.
So what is the key in your skin line for the jamu, tradition? What is it that key for well-being? The ingredients in
the products?
In the products.
Yeah, it's we use active botanicals, which is common. There's a lot of great skincare products that actually use very good active botanicals. Our interesting difference, as I would say, is twofold. In jamu, we believe that combining ingredients, it's like 1 + 1 = 3. You get a synergistic effect. Like instead of just using turmeric, we would have turmeric and tamarind, for example. So when you drink that as a tonic, it's very good for your digestive system, great for women on their periods, and it just sort of detoxes your system. So we will work with, let's say, 5 core gingers, tamarind, a bunch of different, like rice, tea, and various ingredients and various different combinations to treat different symptoms or different conditions. So for skincare, we do the same thing too. We take botanicals and we'll combine them. Like we'll use turmeric, but we also use like a special clove, turmeric and clove, which helps brighten your skin in our combination. Our rice facial cleanser, we'll use rice because rice is not only skin brightening, but it's actually really good at holding moisture, and a few other ingredients that are complementary for that. So that's one of the things that makes it interesting, because the combinations do come from Indonesian tradition. The other thing is we're a huge believer that something has to feel good. So when you actually wash your face or take care of your skin, if you think about it, you're not just taking care of your skin, you're spending a moment of time taking care of yourself.
True.
So take the 3 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, 10 minutes of that moment to actually indulge. So our textures and also our fragrances for our body, and even very light natural scents for our face products needs to make you smile. So we have a bit of the smile test. It's when you use it and you kind of go, and you don't really know why, because it's not heavily perfumed, because it's all good for sensitive skin, you feel good. So we do the immediate test, like how does it feel in a second, how does it feel after 30 seconds, and then how does it feel like a minute after you use the products, and of course then 3 weeks, do you see any results?
So where can we find your products?
In the US, it's readily available. We're at Nordstrom's, so Nordstrom's.com, and Amazon, of course, and our website, juaraskincare.com. In Indonesia, we are carried in 5-star hotels and spas in Bali and in Jakarta. Especially, I love our signature spa treatment and hotel in the Intercontinental Hotel in Jakarta. We've got our own room, so this is kind of like our flagship place to experience full body treatments. And if you're in New Zealand, Polynesian Day Spa. It's a famous spa. I've seen busloads of people come into it. Literally, it's kind of well known, but it's hot springs. It's beautiful, and they have Juara products in their treatment rooms. And also, Amazon ships all over the world. So in Hong Kong, I'm pretty sure. I mean, even in Dubai, whatnot, every place that we're not we don't have stores in or spas in right now, you can go through Amazon because they ship everywhere.
Well, so I know that besides developing this company for the past 20 something years, you also help run the family business. So how do you do all this?
Not well, no. Barely in juggling. You know, I think that's a really good point that you bring up, because to step it back, I am used to working a lot. In fact, it was burnout. It was that whether you're working for a family business or a corporation or entrepreneurship, all that stuff is pretty heavy duty. So how do you do it? It's juggling mindfully. And that, again, is part of why I started Juara. I was actually burned out in corporate life and needed, to take care of myself so I don't look like crap. So it's like prevention is much, it's cheaper and less painful than treatment, than
medication.
So absolutely. So in a way, how do I juggle it? I take the same philosophy. Every time we're working on something that's a lot, sometimes we can't control workload, but we can control how we react to the workload. So I make sure that we take little micro breaks during the day, whether it's a coffee, whether it's just even like a minute of breathing nicely, or whether it's putting on, seriously, a nice piece of jewelry. Not for nothing. It's like I could be having a day and be like, okay, I feel good. I feel pretty.
Agree.
I feel good. And just that, it's almost like anything from mini dopamine hits to mini grounding moments is super, super important. And I'm a huge believer in, if you work hard, like play hard, and pick your own play. For me, I think social health is really important. So if I work hard, I will work in dinner with a friend, lunch with a friend. And sometimes in Indonesia, when the traffic is so bad, I've had dinner at a restaurant with a friend where I'm by myself and she's on my video call and we're having dinner. But it was great, and you make it work. So I think it's the balance of taking out the pressure every so often, regularly, so we kind of stay balanced.
Amazing. I have a question to ask you. I meant to, I was like looking at your LinkedIn and I saw the president of France, President Macron, with you. So can you tell us a little bit about that?
Oh yeah, that was fun. It sounds crazy, but it was actually true. It was a spontaneous moment, but it was great. I had the opportunity to share with him about Borobudur, which is one of the large heritage sites of Indonesia, which interestingly enough has carved in the panels people serving jamu in it. So that's how long that tradition's been. But yeah, no, I had the great opportunity to talk to him just about what Borobudur was about, and I was really impressed that he actually understood and knew and took an interest in the heritage and in the traditions of the largest Buddhist temple in the world. I thought that was the one thing I took away from that is the interest that there is internationally in the culture and the tradition of Indonesia. I know France and Indonesia have a strong collaboration going on, but it brings the point that, understanding just how knowledgeable he was about it is how relevant the traditions are becoming. And I mean, he's probably got a high stress job. Just the wellness traditions, kind of the spiritual and the wellness traditions of Indonesia, just being seen and noticed. I mean, you have TCM, you have Ayurveda. Those are huge, the two biggies. I think Jamu was coming up next. If you think about it, Indonesia is the fourth most populous country in the world, the biggest country that no one knows about. We're over 275 million people, and we've got this 1,000-year-old tradition. And it's just, I think it's coming up next as the big trend.
I'm sure, and we have you to promote the culture.
Well, I'm doing what I can with all the collaborators and the friends who kind of join in that journey of spreading happiness and healthy skin.
Amazing. So another question I have for you, since this is a jewel table, can you tell me about your favorite gemstones?
My favorite gemstones. I think the things I love sapphires. I love the opal. For some reason, maybe it's, blues and greens.
You also have blue hair.
I think that
green hair.
There's something about it that's quite soothing. My hair is either blue or green, but anything that's on the blues or greens, I'm not gonna lie though, I do like the shinies and the sparklies. That's lovely. But I mean, there's something about the cool blues that resonate. I'm not really sure why. I don't know if that's like, the frequency of
it
personality,
vibes with you.
But there's definitely a vibe.
Well, sapphire means loyalty, and also it's a very resilient stone. Yeah, so maybe those kind of, I don't know.
Perhaps.
It's kind of like you.
That is true. And then the opal, for some reason, I'm just fascinated. I could keep staring at it, just the different colors.
It is crazy. They are crazy stones because the play of color just so magical and it's all natural, right? It's like nature.
I love that.
That's crazy.
Those two are probably the ones that stand out. Although it's hard to pick because these are all so beautiful and just, they have a different character and personality. So it's almost like, depending on my mood, I'd want to pick a different thing.
That's true.
I don't know. So many to choose from, so many to enjoy.
Well, Metta, I'm just so happy to see you after so many years. You finally came back to Hong Kong. I hope you can come back a lot more often and we can hang out because
yes. I think we should. I think it's way overdue, and I think this is way nicer than you coming in to my basement apartment, like our basement
20-something years ago.
Oh my God. The number of times we've had to reinvent ourselves, it was amazing.
That's so true.
That's the entrepreneurial journey
continues. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Well, thank you. Thank you so much.